How to live in the moment as an INFJ. Stop before you start. When you're trying to change a behavior, often, instead of trying to actively do it, it's better to start with removing behaviors that prevent it. In the case of INFJs and living in the moment, there are many. INFJs are never-ending anticipators. They look forward, trying to see how things will play out. This is, of course, antithetical to living in the moment, because their gaze is eternally directed away from the present. When you're stuck in a negative cycle of thoughts, or simply stuck in your head generally, there is a temptation to try to think yourself out of it. If you just cobble together the right combination of thoughts, or have the right mindset or philosophy, you can escape it. However, oftentimes, thoughts themselves are the enemy. To better live in the moment, INFJs need to turn off this part of them, or at least suppress it. In cognitive function terms, INFJs need to switch off or tone down their NI to let their SE have a chance. Let go of what you can't control. That advice is good, but for INFJs, incomplete. For them to truly be able to live in the moment, they need to also let go of things they can partially control. To be honest, it's kind of easy to let go of things that you can't control. It's not like INFJs are out here trying to control the weather. The problem is those things that you have partial influence over. That's where the more control-desiring types, of which INFJs are definitely one, struggle to let go. Let me give some examples. Let's say you're out with friends, and you know that some people in the group have a tendency to be late. You could remind them all, and make sure they're kept on track. Or you could diplomatically make sure that two disagreeable friends don't end up on contentious topics in conversation. You could do those things, but you shouldn't. Those things put you in a preemptive mindset. You're anticipating again. You're being proactive, which is good, but living in the moment is primarily reactive. Aura is a new mindfulness and sleep app that won the Best of Apple award and is used by over 7 million people. As a Brit who has lived on American time for years now, sleep can be kind of a touchy subject, and as a mildly productivity-obsessed person, unwinding is not the easiest thing either. You kind of forget the virtue of just, well, doing nothing and letting your mind rest. In other words, living in the moment is not a straightforward thing for me. My mind is always on the next X amount of things that I want to do and get done. It is kind of endless. Solving these things and getting balance is always highly individual. Many apps or products are one-size-fits-all in nature, which does nothing for me. But with Aura, you can tailor it precisely to what you need, which might change from one day to the next. In my case, that level of personalization is really the only thing that works. Aura has thousands of meditations, stories, and much more, like CBT, life coaching, breathwork, and if your boat is floated by such things, spirituality too. Aura's content is created by hundreds of expert coaches and therapists around the world, so it isn't just one person's idea of what works, it's what actually works in practice, from people who do this in real life. It provides the world's largest mental wellness content library and community. You can get started completely for free if you follow the link in my description. The first 500 people get a free trial, plus exclusive 25% off if you choose to continue with Aura, which I'm sure you will. Find people who are good at doing it. Without fail, the advice I always return to when people ask me, how do I become better at a certain function or skill, is to surround yourself with people who can do that thing well. The obvious drawback is that you're relying on the presence of other people, but it is the simplest and most powerful approach to take. If you spend time with people who are grounded in the present, they will bring you, or drag you, there with them. This isn't going to feel easy, and certainly won't feel comfortable at times, but if you're truly wanting to gain this skill and mindset, it will be worth it. Focus on the person you're with. This one is more practical. There is a reason why INFJs are stereotypically put in that role of counselor, confidant, and unpaid therapist to the people in their lives. They can focus on someone in a profound way. INFJs combine their TI analytical powers, their FE empathy, and NI understanding of archetypes to both figure people out, but also advise and guide them. This capacity to deep dive into a person, one-on-one, actually can ground them in the present moment.